Greetings all and every. The spirits are really ready to go right now in regards to this message that I'm receiving. So, my name is Empress V. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. Just so you know, if this is your first time, I am a channeler and I speak on what the messages that I receive coming through. And then the cards themselves are the confirmation that come later on in the reading. I've already pre-shuffled, as I said. I don't know if I said that actually. Sometimes I have conversations going on in my mind and I'm thinking that they're coming out of my mouth, but they're not. Okay. Oh, courage. Yeah, this really wants to come out for y'all because I did the pre-shuffle thing. I'm just doing this again for y'all to see. Because I know some people, extra like that. But yeah. So one of the things that I have been receiving, this is in regards to the sister situation that I spoke on recently. One of the things that I'm receiving is that it's important that you have courage, as the card just jumped out. It's important that you have courage, and it is important that you make the decision, right? And if you're here, you're in the process of thinking, contemplating, and being in a place of anew. Being in a place of anew and coming to a better place where you are able to evaluate, to reevaluate and evaluate what that is going on around you and the people who you have around you. In and around you. They're saying in and around you. Okay, so you have some people who are in your intimate space. They're in your auric field. So it's important that the people who you are holding 10 feet or closer, the people who you have 10 feet or closer, who you are allowing into your auric field, it's very important that you, and 6 feet and closer, it's important that you evaluate those people, reevaluate those people. What are their values? What are their value systems? We all know the saying. You may not know the saying. Show me who your friends are and I'll show you your net worth, or your network is your net worth. Yeah, that's it. Your network is your net worth. So your network of friends that you have in your vicinity, the people who you have around you, are some individuals that you really need to look at. And as I mentioned previously on a previous video, it's pretty much along the lines of the same thing of reevaluating the people who you have in your close vicinity. And what they're also saying is that it's time for a change. It's time for a change. The writing has been on the wall is what they're showing me. The writing has been on the wall. Things have been there for you to see. People have been showing their true colors. People have been placing themselves in the spots in your life where they belong. However, you are making a cognitive decision to ignore that. You're not using your intuition. You're not using your mind's eye. You're using You're using the heart center. And the heart center is great, right? The heart center gives us so much. However, sometimes when we only use the heart center, when we only use the heart, there can be a projection that reflects back to us. We are projecting the love out that we want. And because we're projecting that, now it's reflecting back to us. However, the way that it's reflecting back to us is not of sincerity. It's the same thing of a person just doing or saying what they want you to say. However, because you're not using this and you're not using the intuition of the intuition that is in here, like when people say, oh, it's just I got a gut feeling about this person. We're not combining this gut feeling, this logical brain, and this heart. We have to combine the three. in order to be able to make a choice of if a person is really worthy of being in our lives, and should continue, if we should continue on this path with this person, if we should continue on this path with this person. And a lot of that also entails us going within ourselves and looking, doing the introspection and saying, hey, you know what, I'm not okay with this person, or this person is abusive to me, or this person doesn't really make me feel 100%. This person, and if we have people in our lives like that, it's important for us to check in with ourselves. It's important for us to check in and see where we are mentally, see where we are in our feelings, see where we are emotionally, and see also and bring it together. And what is our deepest intuition telling us? What are we feeling in the pits of our stomach? People say the pits of our stomach, but our stomach is really not that big. What it is the intestine. The intestine is the second brain. As you know, in recent years, people are just coming out to find this out in the mainstream. However, this is something that's been known in many spiritual cultures. However, I digress, back to the reading. It's important for us to bring that all together. So it's working in our second brain. Our second brain is telling us. And with that, that's where the feeling is. So we got to bring it all together, bring it to the top brain, and have those things in unison. Let them be working in unison. Let them be churning all at the same pace. For some of you, I'm seeing that the chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is overactivated. Too much sex. Too much sex. Sex all the time. Sex is good. Sex is fun. Sex is all that. It's all that when you're with the right person. However, when we don't, when all of our chakras, when one is going faster, when one chakra is going faster than the other one, when they're not all going in the same speed, that's out of alignment. That's an imbalance. We want all the chakras to go at the same speed. So it's important for us to be able to realize that. And if you're here watching this video right now, then there is a part of you that is seeking that information. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Yes. And it's great. It's a wonderful and a beautiful journey. And it's very important that we take the time to get to know and see what it is that is within us. Because if we are reflecting this back to us from this person, and we're not in alignment, and this is going too fast and this is going too slow, we are not truly able to bring people who bring true value into our lives. We're not able, when we're out of alignment, the people who we're attracting to us will also be out of alignment. And there will be a reflection of that. This is why these things are very important for us to take the time to do the introspection, for us to take the time to say, hey, you know what? How am I feeling? How are the tips of my fingers feeling? How are the balls of my feet? How are my tippy toes? How is my crown? How am I feeling? How am I blending with me? And your outside reality is definitely a way of your outside reality is a reflection. Your outside reality is a picture, is a drawing, is a painting, very intricate, of how you are blending with yourself inside of yourself. So it's 100% important that we take the time to get to know, so that we can be able to show ourselves, prove to ourselves, because it's not about showing or proving to another external. It's about us bringing it all together and being happy inside of ourselves, regardless of the dollar amount, regardless of what we're wearing, regardless of if we have the longest lashes, regardless of all of those external things. Now, this is what they're saying. Okay, slow down. Going back down to your childhood of what was surrounding you? What was missing? Who was missing from your childhood? What things happened to you? Were you molested? Were you abused? Were you verbally abused? For some of you, I'm seeing a lot of verbal abuse, constantly just cursing, 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 cursing. Whoever raised you, I'm seeing that the mother was just, or the caretaker. I'm seeing that this feminine energy was like, you fucking little bitch. Are you, like just terrible, heavy, overbearing, extremely adverse energy that I'm seeing here. And this is because, whatever this is because of is what they're saying is the reason that she was like this at this point in your life and at this point in time in your journey. It does not matter about her. It does not matter about what she did. It doesn't matter about what he did. It doesn't matter about what they said. It doesn't matter about where you should have went. It doesn't matter where you didn't go. What matters is this right here. You. What matters is you, and you making the decision to decide to open. They're showing me opening. But for you making the decision to decide to open so that you can come out of and bloom and blossom. They're showing me flowers blossoming beautifully, blossoming. But that is a choice. That is a choice. You have to choose to push through the dirt, to curl out of that cocoon. You have to choose. You're ready. Your body is ready. They're showing me the caterpillar. Your body is ready, right? You're looking for this perfect place to go into the cocoon, and they're giving you all these wonderful, beautiful, strong branches that are strong enough to hold your weight. However, you're saying that branch doesn't have enough leaves. That branch doesn't have enough bark. That branch doesn't have this. That branch doesn't have that. So you're inching around a little caterpillar looking for this perfect branch, and you have had so many opportunities before. However, you are making the choice not to go within. You are making the choice. You have to have the courage, just as they pulled out. You have to have the courage to seek change if you want to be a beautiful butterfly. I love my butterflies. You have to make the decision to change so that you can go forward and receive that is for you. Okay, so now we're going to get to the cards. As I said, they are already pre-shuffled and all of that. These cards are just so stiff. I've had them for a while. They're like really, really hard cards. She needs to get to. Okay. Progress on the path. And this is just what I said, introspection. So there is progress there. And then for also some of you, you're just pure animal lovers as well. And maybe someone even lost an animal. Okay. But this is to what they're telling me is this is you going forward, seeking what it is that you need to seek, taking the time. Whether you find peace. Some of you may find peace in being with animals and in having that time. And if you have never taken the time to actually go and be with animals, what they're saying is you could possibly find peace within that. For those of you who may not have experienced that. Me, myself, I sometimes get peace from those things as well. But I try not to make my readings about me, because it's not about me. But this is absolutely something that you need to think about going forward and seeking peace. Even if you just go to a pet shop, you could just go to a pet shop and look at the animals, do a little cabin, tell them you want to buy a pet, and just say, can I pet this little puppy right here in the window? How much is that doggy in the window? Who remembers that song? I don't know if I'm telling my age, but yeah, go to a pet store, have that time, do that introspection. There is so much beauty that is there for you. And what I'm also receiving is that some of you have your ancestors who have been trying to communicate with you, ancestors from the other side, maybe someone who just passed away within this past year, who has been trying to communicate with you, trying to help you to receive that you need to receive on a spiritual level, trying to show you the doors that you need to open. Okay, I'm going to draw from here real quick. Let's see what they tell me. What's this person's message that they're trying to leave for their significant other? Focus upon divine perfect health. Your children are watched over by angels. So you see, this is them protecting you. Whoever this is who passed over on the other side, this is them protecting you. Okay, so I don't know if maybe you lost a parent or whoever you lost, but this is them protecting you over from the other side, just like I said. And you also need to focus on your health. Like I mentioned previously in the previous video, and also previously in this video, about the chakra, the solar, being overly stimulated. I'm seeing so much sex, like every day, 3-4 times a day. Maybe you don't have a job, maybe you don't have something to do, because I don't know anybody who has sex that much, not unless you're on vacation or something, or you quarantine, I don't know. But listen, sex is great. However, it's a distraction. Okay. What they're telling me is that sex is a distraction. When you put the focus and the time and you look at a box, when you look at a square and you put the sex in the box and you put the sex in the square and you're looking at the box and you're living in the box, your world becomes the box. And then you're not able to see the outside walls of what's on the outside of the box, because you're too inside the box. You in the sex box, and you can't see on the other side. My people crazy. They be explaining things crazy, funny ways. You can't see on the outside of the walls. So because you can't see the opposite side of the outside of this box, the sex box that you're in, you're overly consumed, and you just like living in this place where you feel like, oh, I'm so in love and I'm so in this and I'm so in that. However, the distraction part comes in when you are not able to live within that of your spiritual journey that your significant other who has passed over, or your mother or father or whomever, was of significance to you, someone who was close to you. It could have even been a friend. It doesn't have to be a parent or a caretaker, but for some of you, it could have been someone who you were really, really close to. I'm seeing someone who you were really, really close to, be it a parent or a friend or a cousin. They passed on, and they've been trying to help you from the other side, trying to show you what it is that you need to do. However, you've been taking certain things as coincidences. You've been brushing certain things off. You've been ignoring things. You've been too focused in the box. Okay, which we already said what the box is, so we don't need to go over that again, right? Okay. Welcome to the new, man. Just like I told you, you need a new. You need a new. You need a new. You need to release it. You need to let it go. However, you got here in this place of disparity, of feeling despair, of being in a sex box, of being totally and solely focused on something that is not truly for your higher good. However you got here, you have the total capability and the full and well-on capacity to do better. They say that mommy knows best. Mommy knows best until you have the cognitive dissonance to know when what's best for you. So stop blaming everybody else for what they did to you and for how you grew up, and decide to be and have that cognitive dissonance. Listen, look it up. Decide to have that and be that and grow within that and say, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to throw out my fishing line. I'm going to reel it in and I'm going to eat it. Whatever is on that line, I'm going to eat it because it's mine. It's my internal baggage. It's my internal pain. You need to go through the pain, not around it, not over it, not behind it, not next to it. You need to go through the pain to get to the other side of what is really and truly for you. The gift of the knowing of you, the true knowing of you and who you are and what you want to be and where you want to go. Okay? It's never too late for that. It's never too late for that. Okay? What they're saying to me is that if you don't get it this time, you can get it next time. You know, I didn't want to say that, but they were like, no, you got to say that. So, hey, get it. Do your best that you can do. You are a young, beautiful, vibrant soul. From what I'm seeing, you're young. This is for a young person. You are young. 16 to 22, just as the previous video. This is the continuation of that, the messages that I said that I would record. So you are a young, beautiful soul who is hot, ready, and eager, and you have so much to give, so much to explore, explosion. They're showing me that when you do finally get to a place, it will be an implosion, which will then be an explosion, which you will then be able to, it will be like a floodgate. I'm seeing a floodgate. They're showing me a floodgate of just love, joy, information, prosperity, of just this abundant, extremely abundant being that you have the capability to be. But you are, you know, you're living in, you're letting the things keep you down. You are walking around with 50 pound ton. Can y'all slow down, please? You are walking around with 50-pound boots on. 50 on this side, 50 on this side. And you're walking, you trying. That's the baggage, boo. That's the baggage. Make the choice. Make the choice to line everything up so that you can come through this on the other side and not use it as something of a disability. Hey, it was what it was. My life was what it was. But guess what? This is who I choose to be now. Choose who you choose to be now. Okay? And they're telling me I'm done. So I hope that you find this and that this finds you. And I hope that you find wisdom and peace. Peace and wisdom. Thank you.